on the end. Hi, how are you? Yes. You look a lot like your dad, don't you?
Yes.
And my goodness, who do you want to hear from most of all who's on the other side?
My grandma.
Grandma's in the house? Your dad's still here in the physical, correct?
Yes.
And your mom too as well, correct? Are they still together?
Yes.
Because your grandma's talking about that. Our family stays together. So your parents have had a long relationship. They're really in love. They've weathered the storm. Do you still have you have a brother who's still here in the physical?
Yes.
You're close with your brother too as well?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's what your grandma's talking about, how close our family is and how she's so thankful for that. Did your mom take care of her?
Yes.
She's saying thank you for that too as well. And is that her mom? Your grandma? Your mom's mom?
No, my dad.
Did she treat your grandma like her mom?
Yes.
So she's claiming your mom as daughter. That's how close we are. So that's how it is. I can't tell the difference as far as whose mom is who. So give that message to her. Make sure she knows. That makes sense as to where right off the bat she steps in. She looks a lot like your dad. You look a lot like your dad. Y'all have some strong, especially through the nose and the eyes, right there. That's where I see the top of the cheekbone. That's your dad too as well. She was ill for a while, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so she's talking about that where she took a while to leave.
She did.
She talks about that. She's like, I really loved my life. I loved my family. I wasn't in a rush to exit. She handled pain quite well. That's what she's talking about. Where she did have a lot of pain, but people would guess, well, she should be in a lot of pain. Is she in a lot of pain? And well, it's hard to tell because she didn't really show it.
Yes.
So did you cut out the soda pop? Did you cut that out of your life, the soda?
I never did.
Okay.
I don't have it.
So none at all? Like
no
soda. Anyway, that's what she's showing me. She shows me none of that. She's super healthy. So your grandma says she doesn't have any soda at all. I say, oh, so you cut it all out? And you're like, no, because I never had it. Okay, so that's how that communication works. So, she wasn't alone when she left either. She talks about that. People were with her. Family was a celebration of my life. And she does talk about that too. So you in a strong relationship?
No.
What happened? Did you, turn somebody away?
No.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When's the last time you were in a relationship? We're going to jog your memory. She's talking here.
3 years ago.
Uh-huh. So did you break that off? Did you?
Yes.
Okay, that's her way of saying you turned somebody away.
Okay.
Yeah, so you stopped it.
Yes.
Okay. But y'all should have been married.
We were.
Okay, good. Thank you. Good. Okay. Okay. You kind of sad about that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. So have y'all remained friends? Are you trying to?
No.
Yeah. Have you been thinking lately maybe to end on a good note? I'm just telling you what she's saying here. Your grandma talks about the family and the tradition and who we are, and she said, we don't burn bridges. We never like to leave a room with it be final in relationships. So is that why it's possibly haunted you a little bit because of the tradition and the culture of your family?
Yes.
She said, well, that could go a long way if you could try to work out a way to swallow your pride and maybe heal that up a little bit and make amends and heal it regardless of what. Now, I don't get all the information, obviously. I'm just telling you what she's saying here. If you've been wondering what the missing piece is and why you keep cycling back to that ache in the heart or a little bit of depression or your identity just shaking a little bit, she says it has everything to do with that. Because that's out of the norm for your family, how you were raised, and we don't cut people out of our lives, she says. So if you look at the history of the family, that's something that's super rare. Even when people piss you off and in the family, that's something where with your mom and your dad, you know how they set that, where you notice that about your mom and dad, to where they don't have enemies.
Yes.
Regardless. And there have been times you're like, fight like hell, give them hell, and they're like, no. So that's what your grandma's talking about. Well, we don't burn bridges. We never leave a room angry. And she said you left that room angry. So doesn't mean we're going to patch it up or make it right, but it'll make you right too. So you can move on and have what you deserve to have in life, in other relationships. Okay, so I can never control what they're going to say here. Who knew she was going to be giving the relationship advice to me? But have you been feeling that in your heart lately? You can feel a relationship like you should be in a relationship?
No.
Okay, so we're going to ask again. Have you been hearing her say, it's time to be in a relationship? Are you the one that's just like she's the fly and you're swatting her off?
No, I just been thinking about her training and how she has raised me, so that's about it.
Mm-hmm. And how she has raised you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So is it making sense as to what she's saying today?
Yes.
As far as the guidance that she would offer? She doesn't want you to be alone. That's not how we do this in our family. We find our mate, we find our love, and there's a lot of things that happen that you can't control. Yeah, but you can make peace with yourself so you can move on. And she says, not be so bitter. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Because that is out of character for who you are. You don't really like to be salty with people, but you have been. Notice how it's spilling out everywhere? I'm telling you what she's saying here. She's like, you want to have a conversation with me? We're having a conversation. It's spilling out everywhere. You are the kind of person that would trust people first. And then because of what had happened in that fractured relationship, now you're having a hard time trusting people that you love and know that you can trust. She's like, so it's not like we can forgive necessarily, because we'll try and we're still a harmful thing to happen, but heal for yourself. And I tell you, you'll be married before the year is out. Next year, that is. Do you have any more questions for her?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Your mom and dad, they live here. They're not local?
They're not local.
Oh, are we going to go visit?
Yes.
Okay, good. What direction you going? North?
Yes.
Okay, that's all she would give me. Your parents are really private, so we're not going to give a state. Okay, thank you.